And I know you're running for federal. You're talking about a lot of state problems, but a lot of state problems are related to federal problems, like the federal income tax, the deficits that we're racking up, the debt we're racking up, the inflation that we're racking up, the gas prices we're racking up, the baby formula shortage that we're racking up. This is all coming from Democrats. There's just no escape for it in California. If you live in Texas, Tennessee, New Hampshire, Idaho, there might be some reprieve in no state income tax or, a reasonable cost of living. You're getting hit in your pocket at the local level, the county level, the state level, and the federal level.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's giving us a little bit of an appetizer for what the rest of the country could look like if we continue on this path. We have lost our way when it comes to energy independence, and that has a lot to do with federal policy, where we prioritize our tap into domestic reserves, which ironically enough, if you're looking at it purely from an environmental sustainability perspective, we drill for oil much more environmentally sustainable technology in the United States than anything that happens abroad. So net on a global basis, the Democrat policies of offshoring our energy dependence has actually made us worse off just from an environmental sustainability perspective. And that's just one of many misguided policies. Inflation, we look at the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was passed last year by the Democrats and Joe Biden. That was unnecessary. And now we're seeing 8% inflation. Those are completely connected to one another. So these kinds of misguided policies, we've seen them in California. That's a harbinger for what's happening for the rest of the country.
California politicians are a lot like New York politicians. They're not satisfied with the power they have in New York and California. They tend to want to make over the rest of the country into New York and California. And for that, they kind of actually neglect their job to represent their state. They think it's their job to make over the rest of the country. Whereas a lot of conservative lawmakers in the House and the Senate try to push back on federal authority and free up the state to make its own decisions. Look, I don't live in California. If you guys want to ban plastic bags, we just did it in New Jersey. Who am I kidding? These are all things that you can do at the state level, but it seems like your state representatives don't spend their time representing the state so much as they do trying to remake the rest of the country.
That's exactly right. And I've said this on the trail when I've run for county supervisor position, the council position. I've said the best thing that I can do as a U.S. senator is get out of the way and allow for the power to go back to as close to the people as possible, to the localities, to the counties. Fortunately, that hasn't happened. One of the other things that the Democrats have done very effectively is they've weaponized a lot of these cultural issues. And when they do that, they force people to say, well, I can't possibly vote for the other side. They're racist, white supremacists, they're this and that, and all these other things. When in reality, they're consolidating their power behind a failed, miserable agenda.